These are the 5 best Super Bowl ads of 2024, and I am going to break down how much they cost to make, how much they could potentially make, and I'm going to give them my spice rating. Each year, 50 companies compete for 115 million pairs of eyeballs in the attention Hunger Games that is the Super Bowl. What does it cost? Well, a 30-second ad in the Super Bowl will set you back $7 million. So with that said, let's dive in with ad number 5. First up, we've got an ad from Booking.com.
Phase I could be. So I hired body doubles to help me out.
Splurgy Tina loves a hotel near
Oh, good amount of scene changes. Comedy. Lots of different locations to keep you engaged.
Glenn Close?
With millions of possibilities. You can book whoever you want to be.
More famous people.
My line. Booking.com.
Yeah.
All right, so first of all, let's look at the framework that we're gonna be judging these ads off. And it's gonna be their ability to first catch attention, then to hook the attention, and then to retain it and to convert that attention. First of all, the things that I like about this is they've obviously used Tina Fey. So immediately that is an identity trigger from a famous celebrity that you know. So immediately they get you in, and then they don't waste any time in letting you know who the ad is for by just smacking a big Booking.com right in your head, like a bee sting in your eyeballs of like, hey, this is what it's about. Then you can notice from the scene selection, the pace of it. They catch you by using a celebrity, and then they hook you by starting to tell you, I can be multiple different Tina Feys. Like, okay, what is she talking about? And then they keep on changing the attentions and the scenes throughout it as a way to retain your attention overall. There is a lot of stimuli. So a lot of the reason why these Super Bowl ads sometimes don't work is that they just think that they only need to catch and retain people's attention, and they don't need to actually get into the part where they convert that attention. So if we go through all of this, the only thing that I really remember is Tina Fey and Booking.com. There's not any kind of offer, there's not anything that's really promoting me that's time-sensitive urgency to go through to the website. Let's just take a look at 1, how much this ad could have cost to make, and 2, how much it could potentially generate for Booking.com. Let's take a look at the TAM, the total addressable market for this ad. People that go away on holiday, which is everybody. So out of the 115 million people that tune into the Super Bowl each year, we're gonna say that the people that this is speaking to is all of those people. All right, so we know on average that Americans take 20 vacation days per year, and stats also show us that what they spend is $136 per night. So we have 115 million people that are tuning into the Super Bowl. From average stats, we know the response from a TV ad will be 0.05% all the way up to 1-2%. It is absolute fire. So we're gonna estimate based on this. This ad doesn't really have a strong offer. There's nothing compelling us to go to Booking.com right now and to book a holiday right now. So we're gonna say that they have a 0.05% response rate, meaning out of the 115 million people that are tuning in to watch the game, that would generate 57,500 bookings on Booking.com. If we take the 57,500 bookings times by the $136 per night, times by the total number of 20 days that people book per year, that's gonna give us a total top line gross sales of $156,400,000 in gross sales. Now, let's just say that the ad and the talent and the production of this ad is gonna cost $7 million. That's from a bit of research that I've done, and typically these actors get paid anywhere between $2 and $5 million to appear on the ad, and then we're gonna chuck in another $2 million for production of this ad. So we take that $7 million, and then we also know that it costs $7 million just to buy the airtime. So the total cost to produce the ad would be $14 million, and that would be to generate $156,400,000, which in other words is an 11.1% return on ad spend. However, not all of that revenue goes to Booking.com because they have a 15% commission fee that they collect off the merchants that use their platform. So we look at 15% commission, distribution, that brings that number down to $23,460,000 in sales. If you look at, okay, they spent $14 million to produce the ad and it generated $26 million as well. So from a return on investment standpoint, it's 67% or so return on investment within 12 months. So when it comes to my spice rating, overall, I would give this ad a mild heat level. Alrighty, next up is an ad from Bud Light. Let's let this puppy play and see what they're cooking up in the kitchen.
Are you? The Bud Light genie? Yeah. So we get wishes? It's my thing. Gimme.
80s metal hair.
Great comedy.
Filthy rich.
So filthy. Invisible? Predictable.
Giant bicep. Big one. A sweet rub.
Lots of multiple characters, keeping me engaged on different fronts.
What's that?
Scene change, transitions.
I wish Peyton Manning was my best
Always, they use these weird visual elements, like people with lots of hands and big heads. Celebrities, famous athletes.
friend. I'm a genie.
Well, look at you. Nope.
I wish I was at that fight.
More celebrities.
I wish for a T-Rex.
Guilty.
Let's go to Super Bowl 58. Now we're talking.
So what I do like about this ad is how they grab my attention immediately. There was some weird little intriguing thing going on with like the fridge vibrating and then the genie popping out of it. And then it was just multiple bits of comedy that would be relatable to the people that this ad is talking to straight out of the gate. They use sports athletes, multiple celebrities, Dana White's in there. They're picking all these figureheads that this market kind of addresses and it's going to speak after. They went through a huge hiccup last year or the year before and they completely took the wrong direction with the brand and there was massive recall on it. Everyone was up in arms. So they're trying to bring that red, hot-blooded American kind of vibe back into this ad. But even though they catched my attention, they retained it, they weren't able to convert it because I'm left walking away from that as like not really knowing what they want me to do next. And that doesn't mean that you need to have like a go to our website and buy, but there needs to be either a new flavor, there needs to be go in store, there needs to be some kind of urgency or a limited edition that was created for the 2024 Super Bowl that I could, like something that's gonna actually drive me to want to convert. And there's had none of those mechanisms in there at all. So now let's take a look at the numbers. Let's have a look at how much money this could have costed because there's lots of celebrities in this one and how much it could potentially go on to make for Bud Light. We will start off with what is the total addressable market for this? Well, we know that 37% of Americans drink beer. Immediately out of the 115, we're gonna narrowing that down to just 37% of them. But the stats also show that 49% of people that watch the NFL binge drink when they're doing so. So that's gonna kind of play into our numbers as well. So if we just have a look at the 115 million people that are tuning into the Super Bowl, we know from the stats that 49% of those people are actually gonna be drinking while they're watching the game. So that would give us 56,350,000 people that would be in our total addressable market for this product. So we're gonna take the 56,350,000 and we're gonna give them a 0.1% response rate because we know that with the activity of watching the Super Bowl, that these people are gonna be more likely to drink, and that means that the response from this ad would be a lot higher because we're gonna get a lot more cut through from those people. That would generate us 56,350 orders. Now, the overall US beer consumption for adult around 21 years and over is 28.2 gallons per person per year, which equates to roughly 1 6-pack per year. So we're gonna say that out of our 56,350, that those people are drinking 1 6-pack per year. And if we look at what the average 6-pack cost is, it's $8.27. So we'll take 2,930,200 6-packs. We'll times that by the average order value, and that will get us total gross sales of $24,232,074. Let's take a look at talent for this one. This one isn't gonna only cost us $5 million or so to produce because we've got multiple different stars in there. We're gonna say that they spent spent totally on talent and production for this one is $7 million. We're gonna take the $7 million on this one, so it's a little bit higher, plus the $7 million that we know that it costs for the 30 seconds of airtime. That would give us a grand total cost of production for this ad running in at $14 million. So they spend $14 million to produce the ad, and it potentially would generate $24,232,754. That is a 1.7 return on ad spend in year one. Now, my overall spice scale of what I give this one, a mild to kind of hot. So the next up is Popeyes. Let's play this bad boy. I love this guy.
You're freezing me. That means
Yes, there's a better chicken wing, Popeyes.
Sailor Man?
No, the chicken place.
Crispy. Juicy.
Emphasis on the
What
product.
else have we done?
I mean, man, there's a lot. There's a lot's been going on.
Here we go.
Scene change, comedy,
Two dogs in one?
dogs. Who doesn't love dogs?
Pack for your fanny? Genius!
Products everywhere.
Come to Papa!
Lots of visual stimulus. Constant song changing.
The wait is over. Popeyes finally has wings.
Love that chicken from Popeye!
Alrighty, first of all, let's take a look at the things that I do like. The things that I do like immediately, one, it catches my attention. This dude is hilarious. He's got freaking stalactites and like icicles and shit on his face, and he's in this like cryotherapy thing, getting frozen. Immediately catches my attention. It's got an identity trigger because I know this guy. He's freaking hilarious. I'm focused, right? Then they retain my attention because they have like defrosted this guy, and they're like, what's going on? It's like, okay, I wanna know what's going on. Now, in terms of retaining my attention, they do a great job. There's lots of scene changes. There's lots of comedy. There's lots of different visual stimulus that they're bringing into it. And then in terms of actually converting my attention, this by far has done the best job, because even though they have comedy, even though they have famous actors, even though they have all these scene changes, the whole thing is focused on that now Popeyes has wings. And in every single shot, this guy's eating freaking Popeyes chicken wings, and he's talking about how they're super crispy and spicy and juicy, and they're catching the attention, but then they're keeping it completely laser focused on the product the whole thing. And then they end with the call to action of Popeyes now has wings. It's a new thing, it's limited. They've just got them, and it's something that is just limited and it's just launched. So I wanna go out there and I wanna try it. So they haven't only caught my attention and retained it, but they've converted it, and they've done it very, very well. So with that said, now let's look at the numbers. The total addressable market for this one, 37% of Americans consume fast food every day. So 37% of 115 million gives us 42,550,000 orders per day, or 15.5 billion orders per year. We'll apply our 0.05 response rate, giving us a total of 7.7 million orders. Currently, Popeyes has an average order value of $15. So we'll take the 7.7 million, times it by the $15, which gives us $116,480,625 in sales. Let's just say they spend $5 million on the talent and production for this one. Total cost would be $12 million for the ad for $116,480,625, and that is a total ROAS of 9.7 within the first 12 months. So I'm gonna give this a ghost pepper on the Scoville heat scale of spice for this ad. They did an absolute killer job on all fronts. Next up, we have an ad from Uber Eats.
I are going to be in a little commercial.
Be honest.
I am.
Honest.
Okay, it's a big commercial.
Tell them what it's during.
David, I'm trying.
Tell them what it's during.
Great.
Okay, it's during the big baseball game.
Super
Oh, no.
big baseball game.
Oh, was it the hockey ball?
Hockey ball. Oh, and tell them about Jessica Aniston.
Jessica Aniston is going to be in it too.
Thank you. We love Jessica.
We love Jessica.
Chef's kiss. Really, really love this ad. The thing that I do like about it is they've done an incredible job in taking meme culture and something that is completely relevant in pop culture with the Beckham's documentary on Netflix. And then there's a scene in that where if you don't know, they're playing up on this. And it's become a meme that's spread all across the internet of be honest, be honest. So immediately that is an identity trigger. It is completely on trend right now that is gonna increase the cut through. And then it's got 2 huge stars in it. So they're the things that I do like about it. It catches my attention. It definitely retains it because of the comedy aspect of it. In terms of then retaining and converting it, it does retain it, but it doesn't convert it. It doesn't really tie in. They've just taken the meme culture, but they haven't really tied it into the whole Uber Eats and what I should do next. But I do like the comedy of it. I do like that these guys have naturally got British accents and it's the biggest American sporting event of the year. And that's why they've put the whole comedy of them not even knowing that it's the Super Bowl and thinking that it's a baseball game and all of that jazz. However, from the conversion element, they leave something to be desired. So now let's take a look at the numbers. Let's have a look at how much this thing would have cost and how much it could potentially make. So the total addressable market, who is using these food delivery apps? Well, 86% of Americans use food delivery at least once a month, with the average American spending $1,800 per year on food delivery apps. So if we look at the 115 million people that are tuning in and we see that 86% of them is our total addressable market that we're speaking in, we're gonna give it a 0.05% on the response rate. That would potentially generate us 49,450 orders. Times by the yearly revenue that these guys could generate being 1,800, that's $89,010,000 in sales. Because there's 2 famous celebrities in there, the production and talent cost for this is gonna be 10 million. Then we've got the 7 million for the actual airtime. That gives us a total cost to produce this ad of 17 million to go on to produce $89 million in sales. In other words, that is a 5.2 return on ad spend in year 1. Uber Eats doesn't get all of that. They have a 30% commission. So we're gonna have to take a haircut and refine those numbers down. If we have a look at their 30% commission, we'll apply that, and that's gonna generate $26,703,000 in their commission fees in terms of potential orders. If we look at the return on investment for them on that, that would be 57% in the first 12 months. Now, in terms of my spice level, I'm gonna rank this puppy as spicy. All right. So the 5th and final ad that we are breaking down today is Reese's Cups. Let's let the ad play.
Making a big change to Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
This is
adding
great.
A delicious layer of caramel.
I love caramel.
But we're only making a few of them.
Yep, so reactions, constantly keeping you engaged throughout it. Limited.
Still selling regular cups.
Yep.
Answers to the objection.
Reese's Caramel Big Cup.
All right, so first of all, let's look at what I do like and what I don't like about this ad. First of all, smacks me right in as like a breaking news. We're making a big changes to Reese's Cups. Everyone loves Reese's Cups, so immediately it's like, okay, there's some new information, novel stimuli that's being pushed in front of me. They catch my attention. And then they hook it by saying we're making these attention, then showing that everyone's freaking out to the changes that they're making to this chocolate. And it's like, no, and then it keeps on going back and forth, and answering all the kind of questions that would be popping up in my mind. And are they still gonna be selling the old ones? Yes, they are. And we've only made a limited amount of these, but we've made millions of them. And then there's caramel on it. They catch my attention. They hook my attention through comedy. They retain my attention by constantly feeding me new information to that. And then they also convert it because the entire ad is completely focused on this new product that they are launching that will be a fan favorite. And it's also reminding me about the fan favorite in terms of the incredibly popular Reese's Pieces. And then they're creating urgency in it by saying that they've only made a few million, meaning that I need to go out immediately to the store to try and pick up and try some of these caramel coated Reese's Cups because it's a limited edition. So they've done the perfect balance in being able to catch, hook, retain, and then convert my attention and keep it myopically focused on the product. Now let's dive on into the numbers to see the cost and the potential potential revenue this puppy could go on to generate. Total addressable market. This is everybody. Everybody eats chocolate. I don't care who you are. There is going to be a time that you're going to go eat some chocolate. So we're going to say that out of the 115 million people that are tuning on into the Super Bowl, that everybody is in the addressable market for this. We are going to look at our 115 million people that are tuning on to the Super Bowl. We're going to say that we have a 0.05% response from this ad. That is going to generate us 115,000 sales of Reese's Cups times the average ticket price of just $3.65. That is going to generate us $419,750. But people don't eat chocolate once a year. They're going to eat it 52 times per year is what we're going to get from our orders. That is going to generate us a total of $21,827,000. Let's just say for the cost of this ad, talent and production is going to be $5 million, $7 million in airtime, giving us a total cost of $12 million to generate $21,827,000. That is a 1.8 return on ad spend. Now, when it comes to my heat scale for the Reese's Cups, I'm going to give this thing a ghost pepper, god level spice. These are the 5 best ads of the 2024 Super Bowl. I hope you like this breakdown. I'll see you in the next one.